What's going on, guys? Welcome back for another moto vlog. So I'm still pretty butthurt about not getting to ride the 2017 Triumph Daytona. I was really looking forward to that in my last video, and it just didn't happen. If you guys saw my last video that I made, it was ooh, is this a Maz or a Jag? Definitely a Jaguar. That's sick though. If you guys saw the last video I made, it was of me riding pretty much my first cruiser that I've ever ridden. It was the T120, I think, 120 Bonneville, Triumph of course. I wasn't overly disappointed, but I wasn't really impressed by anything either. So, I mean, it's overall just a good cruiser, I guess. That's pretty much all I have to say about that. But when I was talking to the dealer about test driving it, he had mentioned that the 675 platform will likely be discontinued because obviously they're coming out with the 765. They already have it out for the speed triples. But I believe, ooh, what's going on up here? But basically, I believe them to, or I guess he and pretty much everyone else expects the 675 engine to just go bye-bye. And they're going to replace the 675, of course, with the 765. Now, Triumph hasn't announced anything in regards to the Daytona. They've only obviously released the speed triples. So what I thought I'd talk about today is the slight chance, or I guess the slight possibility, that Triumph could discontinue the Triumph Daytona platform. And here's my disclaimer before I start the rest of the video. I really don't think they will. A 99% chance they will not discontinue the Daytona. They'll put the 765 in it. But Triumph does have some grounds to discontinue it because speed triple sales and naked sport bike sales are just so far ahead of the classic sport bike full fairing bike sales. It's almost pitiful. I'm pretty sure the sales are so down for just sport bikes in general. Naked bikes are really just coming out on top, so they would have some grounds to discontinue the Daytona and just focus on the speed triple platform. But do I think they will? And will they? I highly doubt it, but we'll just have to see. A little history of the 675. I know you guys know that I'm a huge fan of it, but it's pretty much the king of the 600cc class sport bikes. There's pretty much no 600cc sport bike that can match and compete with the Daytona 675 on the track or just anywhere really. It pretty much destroys every other 600cc bike. And I'm sure you guys have noticed the shift in motorcycle manufacturers kind of upping the ante when it comes to engine size. I mean, you have Yamaha coming out with the FC09, FC10. Everyone's going to kind of a little bit higher in between that 1000cc and 600cc range displacement when they make new bikes. And that's what Triumph's trying to do here, is they're just trying to be a little bit more competitive with that 765 platform. And I think they have a great opportunity and chance to be very successful. And if you guys don't already know, the 2017 Speed Triple has a 765 in it, like I've already mentioned, I think. There's 3 models to it. The S model, the R model, and the RS model. And with each model you get different parts and components and a little bit of a tune-up each time. So I think the standard S model has... What's up, dude? I don't know what bike that was, but you got a stunt cage on it, so you must be cool. So anyways, the S model is the lowest model. I think it starts at 11 grand new, which I mean isn't that bad in my opinion. I mean, for what you get with that bike, the upgraded electronics, it has a new dash with traction control, ABS, all the goodies on it. It's awesome. I've seen it at the dealership. It looks like a great bike. But with that bike, I think it's, I don't know, I want to say a 105 horsepower stock. That's the S model. And then the R model is a step up from there. I think it's 112, maybe 113 horsepower. And I believe that has a better suspension on it, if I'm not mistaken. I'll correct it on the screen if I'm wrong. But I do know that it has a few more horsepower and a little bit more torque, I believe. And then the top of the line model, which is the RS, has another tune-up. I think it adds another 10 horsepower or so. I think the stats are maybe, I think it's 121 horsepower and 53 foot-pounds of torque, if I'm not mistaken. I'll correct it on the screen if I'm wrong. But I mean, that bike with that amount of power on it, that's going to be a fun bike for sure. Let's catch up to this guy. What's he riding? That's nice. No wave. Too cool. Alright, whatever. I thought that guy looked younger than he was, but apparently he's old and crabby. Because I didn't get a wave and he looked away, so... fresh smell of cow shit. Delicious. And so if Triumph was smart, which I believe them to be pretty smart, they'd just throw that 765 121 horsepower into the Daytona platform. And I've heard that there's rumors that they could even tune up the 765 even more, upwards of 140 horsepower. And that's kind of what they did with the 675. The Daytona 675 was first, and then they made the Street Triple, I believe. I could be wrong, but I believe they made the Street Triple with a 675 engine from the Daytona, just detuned a little bit. So now they kind of worked it backwards. They made the 765 for the Street Triple, which is probably a smarter idea because there's some testing involved now that they have the Street Triple out in the 765 platform. So they know it's a good engine and everything like that. And so now they're going to try to tune it up, maybe. That's my hope. They're going to try to tune the 765 up even more for the Daytona. I don't see that there would be any reason why you couldn't get more power out of that engine, being that pretty much the only thing they did to it was increase the bore by 4 millimeters, which isn't terribly a lot, and I think the stroke by a couple millimeters as well. And that squeezed a whole, almost a whole 100 cc's more out of the bike, well, 90 to be exact, but just that little much squeezed a whole lot more displacement out of that engine. So I definitely think that the 765 would be capable of 140 horsepower easy. Triumph knows what they're doing, and I think we're going to see a pretty awesome 2018 Triumph Daytona. 765, mind you. So I forgot to mention it earlier, so I'll just mention it now, but Triumph is replacing all the Moto 2 engines, all the standard, I think Honda had that before maybe, I don't know. They're replacing the inline 4s with Triumph 765 engine for the Moto 2 series, which that's pretty huge news. That just leads me to believe that we're going to see a Daytona 765 even more. So I'm super excited to see what happens, and believe me, I'm staying tuned with all the news and everything like that. I can't wait for it to release. That bike will probably be close to the top of my list to purchase if, and I think when, it comes out. And a lot of people might say, why not just get a leader bike, you know, just ditch the whole 765 and 600cc class sport bikes. But I honestly just love them so much more. They rev higher, they sound better in my opinion, and they're just lighter, they're more fun. Of course a leader bike has a lot more power and just is crazy, but I don't know. I barely can manage a 600cc class, so I don't think getting a 1000cc would be much better, much more advantageous, because you can't use that power on the street anyway. Really the only reason I would ever get a 1000cc anyway is just for that added torque down low, but I'm really counting on the 765 to make up for that. I think the torque numbers down low are going to be pretty insane. I think this bike is sitting around low 40s, maybe 45, a little higher than that. The 765 should be mid 50s, I believe, so that should be awesome. Oh, we got some Harley riders. We got camping gear on the back and stuff. Wonder if I'll fit in with them. Oh my god, I thought these guys would take... This is such a fun corner. Woo! Lean those things over, guys. Come on. So thanks for watching today's video, guys. I hope you guys are as excited as I am about hearing about a possible 765 Daytona. I also hope you guys maybe learned something. I tried to do my research about the 765 before I came out here and made this video for you guys, and I just got excited about it, to be honest. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button below and subscribe, and I'll see you next Saturday.